In a 100 meters race, A can beat B by 25 meters and B can beat C by 4 meters. A can beat B by 25 meters. This means that when A is at the end of the course, B is 25 meters behind, right? And B can beat C by 4 meters. This means that when B is at the end of the course, C is 4 meters behind. Distance of the race course is 100 meters. Alright, when A has traveled 100 meters, B is 25 meters behind, right? And C is also behind B. Okay, and when, again I repeat, when A has traveled 100 meters, B has traveled 75 meters, right? 25 meters behind A. Well, let us calculate how much distance has C traveled when B has traveled 75 meters, and for that we'll make use of this. We have been given when B travels 100 meters, C is 4 meters behind. That means C is 96 meters. C has traveled 96 meters. So when B has traveled 100 meters, C has traveled 96 meters. So when B has traveled 75 meters, how much has C traveled? Isn't it? So let that be x. X is equals to 75 times 96 divided by 100. Right? 25 times 3 is 75. 25 times 4 is 100. And that will be equal to 72 meters. This distance is 72 meters. So by how much distance A has beaten C? Well, A has traveled 100 meters and C has traveled 72 meters. So A has beaten C by 100 minus 72, and that is equals to 28 meters. And that is option C. In a 100 meters race, A beats B by 10 meters and C by 13 meters. In a race of 180 meters, B will beat C by how much distance? So in the first case, that is the 100-meter race, A beats B by 10 meters. So A is here, B is 10 meters behind. That means B has traveled 100 minus 10, that is 90 meters. Right? And A also beats C by 13 meters. Right? So C is here and C has traveled 100 minus 13, and that is 87 meters. So from this we can say that when B travels 90 meters, C has traveled 87 meters. And we have been asked by how much distance will B beat C if the race is of 180 meters. That means what will be the distance covered by C when B has traveled 180 meters. And from this we can calculate what is the difference between the distance traveled by B and the distance traveled by C. So let us cross multiply. Let this be x. So x is equals to 180 times 87 divided by 90. 90 times 2 is 180 and 87 times 2 is 174 meters. C has traveled 174 meters. So what is this distance? How much distance has C traveled less than B? So this will be 180 minus 174, right? So that will be equals to 6 meters. So B has beaten C by 6 meters, and that is option D. In a race of 200 meters, A can beat B by 31 meters and C by 18 meters. In a race of 350 meters, C will beat by how much distance? Let us talk about the race of 200 meters first. A beats B by 31 meters. This means that A completes 200 meters and B is 31 meters behind. So the distance traveled by B will be 200 minus 31, and that will be 169 meters. Right. Now A also beats C by 18 meters. So the distance traveled by C will be equal to 200 minus 18, right? And that will be 182 meters. the distance traveled by C. Now let's talk about the race of 350 meters. You have been asked by how much distance will C beat B, right? So if the distance traveled by C is 350 meters, how much, let's calculate first the distance traveled by B. Let that be X. So if C travels 182 meters, B travels 169 meters, right, from this case. And we have to find how much distance does B travel if the distance traveled by C is 350 meters. Right, so X is equals to 350 times 169 divided by 182, and that will be equal to 325 meters. So by how much distance C will beat B? Well, this distance, right, and that will be 350 minus 325, and that will be equals to 25 meters. So C will beat B by 25 meters, and that's option B. A and B take part in a 100 meters race. A runs at 5 kilometers per hour. A gives B a start of 8 meters and still beats him by 8 seconds. What is the speed of B? Alright, let us convert the speed of A in meters per second. So it will be equals to 5 into 5 by 18, and that's 25 by 18 meters per second, the speed of A. Now it is given that A gives B a start of 8 meters, right? This means that B is ahead of A by 8 meters at the start of the race. So A is here and B is 8 meters ahead. Right? Both of them complete the race. So A travels 100 meters, and how much will B travel? Well, 100 minus 8, because it has got a start of 8 meters. So 92 meters is the distance traveled by B. Right, so we've got the distances traveled by A and B now. Let us calculate the time taken by A to complete the race. So time taken by A will be equals to distance upon speed. The distance is 100 divided by speed is 25 by 18. Right, 25 times 4 is 100, so this is equals to 4 times 18, and that is 72 seconds. The time taken by A. Now let us calculate the time taken by B. What will be the time taken by B? Well, it has been said that A beats B by 8 seconds. So the time taken by B will be 8 seconds more than the time taken by A. So this will be 72 plus 8, and that is 80 seconds. So 80 seconds is the time taken by B. We can calculate the speed of B now. Well, speed of B is equals to distance upon time. The distance traveled is 92, so 92 by 80, and this will be in meters per second, right? But we need speed in kilometers per hour, so this will be equals to 92 by 80 into 18 by 5, isn't it? And that will be equal to 4.14 kilometers per hour, right? So option B is the correct answer.